So I was checking my message and I'm going to be quite honest with people. I always tell you guys I'm just a guidepost. I read, apply, and I execute like everybody else and I learn, as I go. So, I put a bunch of videos up. You guys know, cut out the middleman. So I would be the middleman. You cut me out. You go to government websites. You go to law, pardon me, and that's all I do is I just cut the middleman out. I don't trip. Like if I run into a guru or somebody like me that's giving information, I take that information, and I go research it. I don't go by what anybody is saying, and that's why I solely like to take you guys to government websites and where I find the laws, your CFRs, your US codes, F what is it, government websites. You guys got to do, it depends what you're out here trying to do. But if you're out here, depending on what you're trying to do, US code, CFR, government website, go to the IRS. I go to their website. I go to their form section. So Security Administration, I go to their form sections. You guys got to read them fine prints and go through the forms. I go through the forms, and I mean, sometimes it'll take forever to go through all these forms, but I go out and I just pick what forms that I feel fits me or that's interesting to me, and I pull them forms, and that's basically all I do. People, they say they want to learn from me, but I mean, I'm just like you guys. I'm out here learning stuff, read, apply, execute. I show you guys where I get my information, so I don't really know what else that I could help you with, because a lot they tell you about information, or they heard you can do this. My thing is, show me, take me there. And the process, when you're doing a public administrative process, it's always going to be whoever you're trying to get the process started with. You're always going to validate every debt, period. You have a right to validate every debt. After you validate that debt, then you want to start getting your evidence together. You want to build your case, and that's with your affidavit, your conditional of acceptance, your correspondence, whether it's an email, whether you call. But you need to be writing these people, because a lot of times you can call, they're not going to honor it. And how are you going to prove, that you spoke with these people? So it's better to get things in writing, and that's how you really start your administrative process. Yeah, you're putting people on notice to validate, like I said, your affidavit of truth, your conditionals of acceptance. And your conditional of acceptance, all that is you are rewriting the contract. You're rescinding the old contract, you're rewriting the contract. These people are either going to accept your terms or they're not. You're either going to have to small claims, arbitrate, and then you can litigate where you go into district court, federal court. But dealing with like these credit card companies and different things, that's why it's important to know the contract. So you have to get your terms and your conditions and your contract, and you have to read through. And so it'll let you know if they have an arbitration clause, or if you have to go to small claims first. Like, it's a process that you guys have to do, but it's no different than anybody else, to be honest. Validate, letter to cure, default. That's like when you're out here conducting business and doing business with anybody. That is your process. So there's different codes, there's different things. It just depends on what you're doing. Okay, on the public side. On the private side, we're competent, we're the age of majority, we did a lot of paperwork, and we actually have a contract set up with the United States of America. We belong to the United States of America, not the United States Corporation. And on the private side, it's different because we have a contract set up as transmitting utilities, letting people know we are able to discharge, because we understand it's no money, it's only a medium of exchange. So you can get a piece of paper and you can create money. You just got to know what to put down. But on the public side, you're incompetent. You guys cannot create instruments. You have to use their remits and stuff like that, and you have to just go through the administrative process: validate, cure, default, and then in the court. And I mean, yeah, that's all I do, you guys. And I take you guys to where I get my information. So, although I would love to really be out here, having study groups to make sure everybody's doing shit correctly and people are not trying to capitalize off of people's ignorance and lead them astray, it's just my life is so crazy. And like I said, people that is coming into my life, a lot of people are being targeted, they're being bribed, and it's too much. It's too much. I have to kind of keep people at a distance right now, whether it's family, friends, or whatever. It's too much going on right now. And that's why I need all of this to settle down. Once everything is settled down, then I could really go in and, give you guys the knowledge like I want. Because believe me, I got some shit for you guys, but I can't tell you guys because people are going to steal it, and I have to wait until I'm really able to, I'm just kind of limited on really, what I can show you guys and really help, because it's still a lot more information that I have. I've studied for years. I have a lot of stuff that I've studied on the more so on the private side than the public side. But, you know, I mean, I'm learning as I go. I read, apply, I execute, trial by error. Some things may not work. Like when I was doing the ticket thing, boom, boom, boom. I was trying things. They were still giving me problems. So I just simply, I made that, judge, he has to do his job as a trustee. He's my trustee because I know I am the beneficiary. So these are public servants. It's all about knowing people's position and knowing your power. Not overexerting your power, but knowing your power and, just keeping yourself safe from debt that we have no obligation over. I anybody to feel like, okay, we have to go to her and get this information, no, take your behinds to Google like I do. Sit up for days and nights and months and weeks and start reading stuff. Like I learned about seeding, where I know the United States, they don't own all of this land. There's other places that have stakes in land. It's like a lot of different things that I read, apply, I execute. I love knowledge, and I like guideposting people to where I get my knowledge. I show you guys the books that I read, government websites, law, codes. I mean, like I said, it just really depends on what you guys are doing out here and how you're moving, but it's just processes you have to go through. And like I said, on the public side, you do it a little bit different than we do on the private side. But I'm learning on the public side, I prefer to be, once this is all, I'm going back private. Yeah, even though people would say the system is corrupt, and I have to disagree with people, it's not the system as a whole that is corrupt. It's the people in the positions that's in this system that majority of them is corrupt, and they're just living off of people's ignorance. We're going to be very clear. But that's why I said I need my people. I need you guys to read, apply, execute so we can start taking these higher up positions and be honest about it. Because honestly, the hardest thing to do is to keep that mindset that I have, where it's not the system, it's the people in the system, you know, and you have to learn people's position and just have a respect. And no, don't be out here moving reckless just because you have power and you know your power. You don't go out here just doing shit. And a lot of people, they go out here and they're putting billion-dollar, million-dollar liens on people. And I understand, but I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Hard for a lot of people is to, number one, be honest, be who you are, admit who you are and what you do. And the second thing is to have respect for these authorities that, a few of them is not respecting us. And so now everybody wants to view everybody like they're rotten. And that's unfortunate and it's not correct. We cannot think like that. And so that's why I said, even though I'm being abused by the very same system that I love, and I totally really do understand and respect, it's not the system, it's the people that's operating in it. And I'm a very honest person, I'm very upfront. It's not hard for me to be upfront and, keep it real. And that is very hard for a lot of people, is to be honest and upfront. You can thrive in this game playing the right way, but you just got to know how to play the game. We're on Monopoly board, and when you come from the hood, we also play chess. I keep telling all my people in my tribe, of course I'm not going to be here forever, okay? And a lot of people, like, for example, when Nip passed away, right? It was so many people that walked them streets, saying they supported him and everything. But if all them people had listened to what he said, cut out the middleman, he was telling people about the red fez, driving without, license, all this. He was giving you guys the jewels. Same thing that, I'm telling you guys. You just got to learn the process and know and learn your power. So I'm not going to be here forever. I don't want it where if something happens to me, now everybody feels like it's the end of the fucking world, because most of them people, that's what they felt like. Our communities is not going to be where it should be because he's gone. So now the legacy, the dream is gone. No, you guys keep that shit up. Just let me be a guidepost, you guys. That's it. You guys want to find some, how do you do your administrative process? Hey, go to your court websites, the self-help. You know, you need a form from the IRS, go to the IRS, go through their forms. You want to know about money, go to the Treasury. You want to learn how to fill out some documents from the IRS, Google their manuals. That is their scripts, okay? I Google their script and I read, and it'll tell you, it gives you instructions. Put this on number two, blase, blase, blah. That's it. You read, apply, execute. Do not depend on anybody. I am only and solely a guidepost. I'm gonna guidepost y'all behind to where I get my information, and y'all gonna go get that information out. Y'all gonna cut out the middleman. Y'all gonna go straight to the source, and you're gonna conduct yourself in commerce. I'm a guidepost. So as a guidepost, I give you a plate and fruit. Why? Because fruits naturally grow, even though they say you're not supposed to pick them and they're supposed to be state property, I guess, or whatever. But them fruits did not come from man, they came from my father. So the plates, I could simply grab a leaf off of a tree that was not man-made, but that was here, my father put here for us. You need water, it rains, that they say you can't collect rainwater because that's illegal. But once again, my father put stuff that we needed here, medicine, all that was provided for us. So it's no excuse for anybody not to be able to give anybody a plate and some fruits, because it was already here before us. So that's that knowledge. I give you guys the knowledge. I give you guys where it's at. Eat that fruit, get that seed, go plant that seed and take care. So yeah, we are independent over here. We're not gonna depend on anybody, because like I say, people, they come and they go. They come and they go. And we don't want for anybody to feel like because something happens, or you guys, I just disappear off the internet, I'm just a one-hit wonder for the time being to give you guys the information, then I go ghost, because that could happen. I don't want people feeling like, oh, now we can't do what we need to do. You go to your source, you go to your laws, figure out, are you operating public or private? What hat are you wearing? And then go from there. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not this big special blueprint or anything like that. It is a lot of documentations. It's a lot of things. It's okay to ask for help and it's okay to get help, but do not depend on people. Don't feel like, and I know people's level of learning is different. And that's why another reason why I like to take people to it and let you read it yourself so you get your own understanding, overstanding, whatever. I want you to read that black and white. Don't ever take what anybody says as par value. Always go do your research on it. And like I said, if they say that we can do it, show me, because there's a law, there's a code, there's a sanction, a statute that is gonna let us know we can do it. And that's just that's what I go looking for. Shit that tells me I can go do something. And if it applies to me, cool. If it doesn't, I let it fly. But I read. I don't be going out and hanging out in the streets. I sit at home and